What's up, Pokemon players? Oh, 1 second. What's up, Pokemon players? Sorry about that. We're going to get started today with Ohio State's championship. We're going to have round one. Kirsten Sprague and Josh Bliss. We see Kirsten's going to play Night March, and Josh is playing a Lugia variant. They're going to get started here in their game. We see Kirsten is going first. She's going to keep track of her Night Marchers there. She's going to go ahead and start up with a setup for 4. She's not going to be able to attack on her first turn. I'm not too sure what Josh is going to have in his deck, but Kirsten's hand looks pretty good. She's got the energy to attach. She's probably going to contemplate whether she wants to attach that or not. She's got a teammate for if that Pumpkaboo is knocked out. I'd say she doesn't really need to play. She's going to go ahead and adjust what she's going to do here. I'm not too sure what she's looking for at this point. She wants to get a battle compressor, and if she looks at the trainer's mail on top, she's definitely going to at least have a Sycamore in the top, the next 4 cards. But she's hoping for a knockout with Josh's attacks. She's going to go ahead and pass her turn. He's going to search through to try to get a Pokemon. He's going to choose to take a Shaman. I'm not sure how many cards he has in his hand, but it looks like he has a fair few. So he's not going to be setting up for too many. We see him looking like he's got the DC in hand. But he is not going to be doing enough to knock out this Pumpkaboo. And Kirsten is hoping that she can get into a battle compressor because she's going to be able to take out that Lugia very easy. Lugia being weak to lightning and Shaman, he's going to set up for 2 here. We got 2 psychic energies. I'm going to say maybe he's playing a Mewtwo variant with the psychic energies. I wasn't looking too sure on what he looking like he's got the DC in hand. But he is not going to be doing enough to knock out this Pumpkaboo. And Kirsten is hoping that she can get into a battle compressor because she's going to be able to take out that Lugia very easy. Lugia being weak to lightning and Shaman, he's going to set up for 2 here. We got 2 psychic energies. I'm going to say maybe he's playing a Mewtwo variant with the psychic energies. I wasn't looking too sure on what he's got going on, but looks like he's got a Mewtwo Spirit Link in his hand. So we'll see what goes on. He's going to go ahead and Arrow Ball for the 40 and pass to Spearston. So she's going to have the trainer's mail. She's looking to the side here. I don't know if she has a supporter in her discard pile. She's going to be able to show us here in a second. She does not. She has already used 3 puzzle times. That's really unfortunate for her. And you see, she's got, oh man, she's got the 3 sycamore there. And she is going to have to pick one of those, but she doesn't, she has 2 DC in her hand. She doesn't want to get rid of any of those. So at this point, I believe she's definitely, yeah, she's going to leave those in there. She's not going to take one because she's going to just wait until he knocks her out with the to be able to teammates, but she is just a really bad position right now because she's going to attach the DC to the active and maybe do damage, or she's just going to pass another turn. And that's unfortunate here. She's contemplating. I believe she only has 2 9 marchers, and there's no reason to waste a DC for that. She's just going to pass her turn, and that is unfortunate. She's still got her trainer's mail out. She's going to need to discard that. We see Josh go ahead and start his turn. He starts with getting a max elixir, but he's also not looking like he wants to do anything. He's going to go ahead and Lysander up the Shaman EX. He's going to send that active there. I feel like that was an okay play, but he's not going to do enough damage to do the knockout. She's just going to go ahead and Sky Return next turn. Put a little damage on the field and allow her to not have to need as many Night Marchers, and she's going to go ahead and let that knockout go on probably the Pumpkaboo at this point. We see Josh is going to play his max elixir. He's going in deep for the energies. Didn't get any there, so he's going to go ahead and shuffle back up. We see him, if he did get a hit on the max elixir, he's going to attach to the Shaman. Still, he's got energy retrieval. I thought that he had a Mutant Spirit Link, so I'm still not sure what he is playing. He could be just playing Lugia, but I am not 100% certain. Could be a speed Lugia type deck, but he's playing the Psychic Energy. He has to have somebody in there. And he's going to just go ahead and hit for 60. Like I said, she's going to go ahead. She's going to attach that double colorless and Sky Return. She is really looking, which is a okay play for her. She's going to get that damage off the board and pick it back up. And he's going to have so many energy. He's going to knock out that Pumpkaboo, which is going to help her just get more Night Marchers in the discard pile. It's unfortunate that she's going to trade. She's going to trade. She wants to have the prize advantage, but I think with the weakness, she's going to be all right. We see her go ahead and do that Sky Return move here. See Josh go ahead and start his turn. He's going to draw a card. He's going to look like he's putting a lot. He's putting a lot on that Lugia EX. He's going to dedicate so much to the Lugia EX, and it's just going to easily be one-shotted once Josh takes a knockout so Kirsten can play her teammates. He's going to go ahead and Sycamore. I'm not sure. He is playing Mega Mewtwo. We see him go ahead and pick up a Mega Mewtwo right there. So we see him go ahead and set that down. The regular Mewtwo. Looking like he's going to Trainer's Mail. Has another. He has the Mega in his hand, I believe that's what it is. So he's going to start off with a Trainer's Mail. Got a lot of trainer choices here. By a lot of trainer choices, he has 3. 3 out of the 4. So we see him. He's contemplating what he wants to choose here. I didn't see what he had chosen with that trainer's mail. We're going to go rewind to make sure that he didn't we'll be able to see what he picked. Alright, we're gonna see here. I'm not too sure what he had chosen with that trainer's mail. Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to show me here. He ended up taking... Okay, I see what he took. He took the turbo. He took the energy acceleration turbo. So he's still looking and contemplating what he wants to do now. He's in a really tough spot though. Let's see. Some questioning whether or not he had attached an energy or not. He did in fact attach to the bench. He's gonna go ahead and Mega this turn. He just played. Does Mega Mewtwo have the ability where you can Mega on the first turn you play it? I think Rayquaza does, but I don't know about Mega Mewtwo. Can we bring up a card scan for me? I do not believe that it does, so I think that he has to have that out of turn before he can Mega. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get that cleared up here in a second. So Josh actually chooses not to attack. So Kirsten's going to go ahead and attach that double colorless to the active and go ahead and hit it. I feel like that was an okay play. I don't know if I would... I'm not sure she really needs to worry about the double colorlesses. So we're going to go ahead and... Okay, go ahead. We're going to go ahead and catch that really quick to correct that. He just wouldn't be able to Mega on the first turn that he is choosing to do that. So he just has to pick up that Mega Mewtwo. And it's going to stay a regular Mewtwo. So we're going to get that corrected here in a quick second. In the meantime, we see that he does play... He's going to VS Seeker here. Well, he can't VS Seeker for that, bud. Oh, he got a VS Seeker for a supporter. So this must be his first time playing here. So they're going to go ahead and stop that really quick and correct the Mega Evolution of the Mega Mewtwo. This is an easy fix for him. Just has to pick up that Mega Mewtwo, and he will not be able to Mega until this turn, whether he can choose to end his turn in Mega, which is why he didn't get the attack off. So this actually makes a difference, because if they want to rewind it to the point where he could have chose to attack instead of Mega Evolving, so which would rewind a lot of things. Unfortunately, I feel like I think that he just gets... that he chose to end his turn and doesn't get to Mega Evolve at this point. I'm not too sure how they're going to roll to fix that, but that's unfortunate, actually. So we're running over to have the judge go ahead and do some rewinding of the stuff that happened. Um, so technically, they're rewinding it to his turn where he technically had already played a supporter. And so he drew a card for his turn. So They're going to need to stop and rewind a lot of things here if they're going to rewind all of these different things. So,
They're in agreement on what things should be.
but whose turn is it? I mean, like, that's.
It's his turn.
Okay, so then Kirsten doesn't draw a card at the start of her. Okay, so they're just skipping 2 turns.
She put the card back.
No, she didn't.
She just did. She drew the card and then she put it back.
Okay, okay. So then he's passing his turn. So now, okay. So now he doesn't draw a card on the start of his turn because he already technically did. Essentially, they just rewound the Mega Evolution. Okay, and there we go. So everything's back to the way it was. So, and did he just attach an energy? He technically Mega Turboed and didn't get anything from his Mega Turbo. So does that mean that he just gets another chance to Mega Turbo? I'm assuming.
He didn't have a Mega Pokemon in play.
Okay. There we go. Solves that. So everything is corrected here. We're back to where we were. Just going to go ahead and attach that Spirit Link. Going to attach a Psychic to the Shaman. And he's going to go ahead and pass his turn. Now he could have Mega'd and he didn't. Which is unfortunate. He clearly must just be a new player. And there was a little confusion there, so he didn't actually Mega Evolve there. So hopefully things get straightened out and he gets back into his game here. Kirsten actually drew into a Battle Compressor, so this is great for her. She's going to be able to get the knockout on this Lugia. And he was continually choosing not to attack to knock out the Pumpkaboo. I'm not too sure why he was choosing not to take the prizes, but she's going to be at a great position here to be able to continue to just drop the Night Marchers in her discard pile and start taking that knockout. She's already got 70 damage on that Lugia. She only needs to get 5 Night Marchers in the discard pile to be able to take that knockout. And Josh is going to look to Sky Return for a knockout onto one of Kirsten's Night Marchers, which is not what she wants to see, but couldn't be bad. Josh doesn't have a way to get another basic. He will actually not have that option to do that, so. We see her doing a quick deck search. She's checking to see what Pokemon she has prized. And what she has in there. She's going to actually look to get rid of a Joltik, a Pumpkaboo. Because she wants to keep the Pumpkaboos for the Mewtwo's weakness. This game is looking pretty good into Kirsten's favor. I believe since she has 2 Night Marchers in the discard pile, I would go ahead and just get rid of the 3. You're going to get the knockout, but she's going to choose to opt into taking the Judge. Go ahead and judge his hand, which isn't a bad choice either because she does know that he has that Mega Mewtwo in his hand. So she's going to look to try to hopefully judge him out of his hand. So he's going to go ahead and read what Battle Compressor does there. Let me see that she now has 4 Night Marchers in the discard pile. She's going to go ahead and she's contemplating whether she wants to attach that DCE to the bench. Joltik, that's a tough decision. She's going to go down to 4 cards in her hand. If she gets 4 cards that she's not going to like to see, I would have definitely gotten rid of that 5th Night Marcher, gotten the knockout for the 2 prize cards, and had the teammates in hand ready to go for the knockout return with the Sky Return. Because at that point, if Josh did not have a basic to replace on the bench, then Kirsten would be able to either take the knockout on the Shaman because he wouldn't be able to Sky Return or get the win off of his only having one Pokemon in play. So I feel like she would have never been able to know what was in his hand, whether he had more Pokemon. So Judge was probably the better call at that point. But she might fall short from taking the knockout this turn, which is not what she wants to see. But she's got a trainer's mail. She unfortunately doesn't have a supporter in her hand though. So she's looking to, she needs a battle compressor to be able to get, she's got a Ultra Ball. So she's gonna hopefully, I'm assuming, take the Ultra Ball to get a Shaman. She's gonna drop 2 cards that she doesn't want to get rid of at this point. So this is a really tough decision right here. Just thinking about it here. She's trying to decide if she doesn't take the VS. Okay, she's gonna go with the VS Seeker. She wants to be able to get the supporter for next turn, in which I believe she only has a judge in her discard pile, so she's still going to be judging. Where I feel like taking the knockout and teammating would have been a good option. She is going to get the Starling Megaphone onto those two tools, which is going to be great for her. That way, Josh is going to have to get another Mega Mewtwo Spirit Link to be able to Mega that up. Or he will be waiting another turn. So it's unfortunate that he didn't Mega when he had the chance. Not only did he get the Mega Mewtwo shuffled into his deck, but he also now doesn't have the Spirit Link attached anymore. So we're going to see she's going to look to Night March. It's not going to be a knockout. It's only, they're calculating the damage, that it's only 80 damage. So he's going to be a 150. 150, 70 plus 80 is 150. They just calculated that damage wrong. There needs to be 10 more damage onto that Lugia. 70 plus 80 is 150.
It had 60.
No, it
Or,
had
no,
70.
70.
So go ahead and it's going to be one more damage counter. We hopefully need to get to that and add that math up really quick before he makes a decision so there isn't as much rewinding. We got the crippled guy running in hot to try to catch that. So hopefully, first round is always rough. It's always the first round jitters. Both players nervous at the beginning of the day. And hopefully we see Corey Scott coming in hot here to correct the damage count on how much should be on there. There was 70 damage plus 80 is 150. So there we go. The damage is corrected. Kirsten smiled. She's just laughing. She's having a good time. So we see he does have the Mega Spirit Link in his hand, the Mewtwo Spirit Link, and he does have a VS Seeker, so he is going to have an option to go ahead and Sycamore. We know that he played a Sycamore earlier, so he's going to be able to play that Sycamore again. It's just whether or not he wants to go ahead. He should definitely attach that double colorless to that Mega Mewtwo and go ahead and Sycamore. He's going to get the knockout this turn onto that Pumpkaboo. And he is back to the spot where he should have been ahead in prize cards from earlier. So we see him go ahead. He's going to search in through. He does have the option to Skyla. Hopefully he will Sycamore. That's good. That's a good choice. He's going to go ahead and play that Sycamore. He's going to get rid of that Fisherman. Continue going through here. So we see him drawing 7. He did get regular Mewtwo. Got another Spirit Link. He did not get the Mega Mewtwo, so he's going to wait another turn to be able to Mega that. We see he's going to play the Max Elixir here. Oh, we see 2 energies that he's not able to attach. He did not get an energy there to attach. So he is down 2 Max Elixirs and at least 1 Mega Turbo. So we see he's going to go ahead and take the knockout on that Pumpkaboo and draw 1 prize card. Now we've got. Alright, Kirsten did draw that Ultra Ball. So she has options here. She's going to get rid of 2 of her cards that are her retreaters, or get rid of the Via Seeker to be able to. She is going to choose to get rid of both of those. She wants to keep that Via Seeker. I might have kept the Floatstone, but I'm not sure. We see Kirsten going to play her Shaman to get 5, I believe, is what it should have came out to get for her. She does have the teammates in hand, so she is going to be able to teammates for 2 cards of her choice, as Josh did take a knockout last turn. So she's going to go ahead and go in. She's got a lot of options. She's more than likely, she's definitely going to get a double colorless energy here. She needs the double colorless to be able to take the prize card. It's unfortunate that the math was not correct and she was able to get it last turn. She would have been on a much better roll here, but she's going to go ahead and take it this turn. She's looking to get rid of. She's looking at Battle Compressor. She looks like she's going to take a Battle Compressor and a double colorless. Then she's going to go ahead and play the Battle Compressor and discard 3 of those cards from her deck. So she's going to discard. It looks like she's going to get rid of some supporters. She wants to have the choice to have some supporters for next turn as opposed to continually judging. So we see that she's going to get rid of the Lampent, the Zerosic, and the Sycamore. So that's going to be great for her. She's going to have the opportunity to get rid of the double colorless energies and slow him down, especially with him using, I believe, 3 of his energy acceleration cards as far as trainer wise goes. So we see her have some options. She's probably going to play that Joltik on the bench. That was a good call there. She definitely wants to be able to have something to promote. She definitely wants to attach that Fighting Furies to belt to the active, so it would allow Josh to not get the chance to Sky Return. She allows him to have a free chance to Sky Return. That's going to be another double colorless, as opposed to him not being able to use the Sky Return and have to attack with the Mewtwo. So she's going to go ahead and take that prize card. He is definitely going to send up that Shaman in Sky Return. Could she could save that Fighting Fury belt. That's not a bad option to save it for next turn. It's okay. Um, it would have caused him to be able to Sky Return later, or she could have the option to Lysander and take a knockout on that Shaman in this coming turn. But I think regardless, she will at least have it. No, she definitely needed to attach that there because she's even holding it made it to where it's not going to save her versus the Mega Mewtwo. The Mega Mewtwo is going to be able to do enough damage, especially because she's going to have a double colorless automatically on there to knock out her Joltik. So I would have definitely looked into attaching that Fighting Fury belt. She has a lot of options to slow him down as far as energy that goes, though. So he's going to trade that Shaman up for 1 prize card. It's just going to hurt a lot that she is at her 2nd double colorless, and she has already discarded or used 3 of her puzzle time. So she is down to 2 DCs, and that is what she has left to attack with. So she needs to make sure that her knockouts count. I am thinking that it's going to be really favorable for her. He did play that Mega Turbo, so it's going to be able to attach that Psychic Energy to that Mewtwo. And she's looking to see. Not sure. She's just looking to see what he's got in his discard pile. I think they were checking to see if he played a supporter this turn. Or if he attached an energy this turn. He definitely attached the double colorless the turn before he had Sycamore, I believe. So if they're unsure, they definitely should, in this state position, call for a judge and ask for a judge for us to be able to rewind that and confirm for them. But they seem to be in agreement. I'm pretty sure that he had attached that double colorless last turn. So he's going to put another Mewtwo EX on the bench. He's got plenty of energy in his hand. He is definitely going to be able to return the knockouts. The big advantage that Kirsten is going to have is that she will have prize advantage. Until Josh gets enough energy onto his Mega Mewtwo's to be able to one-shot Shaman EXs, he is going to just continue to attack the Night Marchers. And he is going to be trading 2 prize cards for 1. Kirsten still, I believe, only has the 5 Night Marchers in her discard pile. And that is pretty low. She battle compressor. I believe she put 1 more in, so I think she should be actually at 6 this turn. I think she should have 6 in there, so that's 120 damage, which again, still not enough to get that Mega Mewtwo. That Mega Mewtwo is huge. She's got a VS Seeker, I believe, in her hand, so she's going to be able to teammates. But the only unfortunate thing about it is that unless she plays any more, he technically promotes first because of the Sky Return ability, so she's going to go ahead and adjust that to 6. She does know. Oh, she's actually at 7 now. Hopefully with the next Night March attack, she does count out how many are going to be in there. He's trying to decide. He's going to go ahead and send out the Mega Mewtwo, and she's going to go ahead and send out her Joltik. She just wants to get away. She's going to start off with a town map. She's going to be able to flip her prizes and let her choose what she wants to get from her prize cards, which is going to be really good for her. And we do see a target whistle on her prizes, so she definitely wants to be able to target whistle to bring out that Lugia EX to get another easy prize card knockout with the Joltik. So she's looking to teammates this turn. She is not going to be able to take a knockout, though. She is in a really tough spot. The Fighting Fury belt definitely would have put her to a spot, at least to where he wouldn't have got a knockout with the Shaman, and the Shaman would have still been in play, and he would have had to promote that Mega Mewtwo, and that Shaman would have still been on the bench to be able to get prize cards this turn. If she has the Lysander and discard pile, and I actually don't believe that she does. She's going to go ahead and take the DCE, and she's looking to get a Pumpkaboo. She is really going to, it's super unfortunate because of not having the puzzle time. She might run out of energy. She might not have enough energy to be able to get the last remaining for prize cards. Looks like she took the DCE. I'm assuming the DCE and the Pumpkaboo. And that is one big Mega Mewtwo. She has to be able to do 210 damage. So she might even opt into not attaching the DCE to the Joltik and just go ahead and set the Pumpkaboo on the bench and wait until he knocks out the Joltik. But I feel like he is definitely going to. She's going to double check here at least how many Night Marches is, which is great because she does have 7 in there. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So she does have 7 in there, so she will at least do the correct amount of damage, which 140 damage isn't a bad option here. She can do 150 if she attaches the Fighting Fury Belt. I would not attach the Fighting Fury Bell at this point because it is not going to save that Joltik. But she's going to be able to do a good amount of damage. And he is actually looking like he might run slim on his energy attachment. So she's going to go ahead and just hit that for 140. And then it's going to go to Josh's turn. Josh needs to draw a card for the start of his turn. And he is not going to, so hopefully we're going to send Jimmy out to be able to get him to draw a card for his turn. Going to go ahead and Zerosic the DCE, which is actually a waste of a supporter. He was going to knock out that Joltik anyways, so it's unfortunate for him, fortunate for Kirsten. He's going to go ahead and set up. It looks like he only set up for one, which actually he will not be setting up for any as soon as they get over there to catch that he didn't draw cards. So now, oh man. He's going to go ahead and Mega that Mewtwo. And now he's gonna take the knockout. They're gonna look to here to rewind this. We're gonna see what they decide to figure out what to do here for this one. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so we see that he actually did draw the Mega Mewtwo off the top of his deck from that setup, but he would have drawn it for the start of his turn and been able to set up for the additional card he had drew anyways. So there actually isn't anything that needs to be rewound. So they're going to go ahead and explain how he needs to go ahead and draw that card, and then we'll be able to continue play from there. They're going to probably give them a time extension for this, but it looks like that hopefully they'll give them a time extension for explaining to him what happened and then go from there. So we will be right back. Alright, we're going to see that they're going to go ahead and continue play. And they got that all straightened up. So we see Kirsten is going to go ahead and via Seeker, she's going to go ahead and play Teammates again. She's going to go in and get that double colorless energy here. She's also deciding what she wants for her second card here. She's at a point where she does not have a way to get any more DCE. And Josh is going to be able to take a knockout with that Mega Mewtwo onto her Pumpkaboo with her last DCE on it. So this is actually very unfortunate for her. To be able to get this knockout soon. There's only 5 minutes left in the round. So she's going to get to the point where she is in a position where she is not going to be able to win this game. So she is going to want to hope for a tie here and see what happens. She is definitely going to have to play for the time. However, she might not know the time is almost called, so she might continue play, and we will see what'll happen from there. She's going to go ahead and attach that double colorless and the Fighting Fury belt, which is actually going to make her have a little bit more hit points, which could make the fact that Mewtwo's going to do 30 times, which is still going to be enough to get that knockout out of her, unfortunately. So she is definitely playing for the tie at this point. She's going to get that knockout. She's trying to decide what she wants to take here. At this point, neither of those cards are going to matter. The option is to take the target whistle and bring out. He actually promotes the Seismitoad, which is very interesting. And he actually is just going to go ahead and Zerosic that last DCE. So, but fortunately enough for her, with him promoting the Seismitoad and not taking the prize cards, she might be able to stall out enough time here to get the tie. So we see he is looking. He's going to go ahead and attach that double colorless to the active. And he's going to go ahead and just Quaking Punch for 30. We see her go ahead. She's going to start her turn. Draw a card. She's going to definitely want. She wants to Lysander out something that isn't going to be putting damage on her board. She has to know that time is close to being called. This is very unfortunate. Those couple early turns really would have made the difference here of her being able to have those prize cards, taking the prize cards that she needed to take. She's looking to do the Lysander. She's going to look to Lysander something out that can't do damage. So her options here, I'm not too sure what they have in the discard pile, what Josh has in the discard pile. Depending, they now know that time is called, so she's going to go ahead and pass. Hopefully she's playing to her time extension and not playing to the +3. So that would be very unfortunate for her to not play to the time extension. So he's going to go ahead and Mega Turbo here. He's going to attach more energy. He was going to need to Lysander to get one of the Shaman Knockouts. I just don't believe that he is going to have enough time to be able to take his last 4 prize cards. I'm thinking that it's definitely going to end in a tie here, which is good for Josh because he's going to have that tie. He was definitely not looking to be able to take this win. Kirsten had done a little bit more damage early on and done a couple different things different, but she's going to at least have the tie here and not the loss, considering that she does not have any more double colorlesses left. So we see he's going to go ahead and take another Mega Turbo. He is definitely building that Mega Mewtwo up. So if he has a Lysander to Lysander both of her Shamans up, and that's going to go ahead and give her some more time. So she needs to draw out as much time here as she can to be able to earn that tie. At this point, I would definitely look to Lysander, one of his bench up, to try to. I'm not sure how many DC he has gone through, but he has definitely at least played 3. So we see the Mewtwo on the bench has a 2 retreat cost, and so does the Lugia EX. So they're looking to Alright, and we see that 4th double colorless energy. So, if Josh plays that 4th double colorless energy onto one of his Pokemon, and she counts out that there are 4 in play, that is going to be he's contemplating. If he attaches that double colorless energy to one of his bench, she can Lysander out that Lugia, and it is very unlikely that he is playing any type of switch card because we haven't seen one yet. He could play a one of, but for as tight as his list is, okay, he did attach it to the Shaman, so he's going to go ahead. That's going to give Kirsten 2 options to Lysander. We see he's going to go ahead and Quaking Punch again. That Pumpkaboo is still alive. It lives forever. She's going to go ahead and draw a card for the start of her turn. She has another Pumpkaboo. She's definitely going to want to Lysander up something at this point to let it sit out. She sees that she wants to play. She's going to check right here. She's checking what that first attack on that Mewtwo does to see. She wants to continue to stop him from being able to take prize cards. And she's checking right now to see if the double colorless is... We see 1 double colorless, 2 double colorless, and 2 are in play. Now to count how many Mega Turbos and Max Elixirs he has played. And that's going to definitely put her in the favorable position to Lysander that Lugia. She knows that she is playing for the tie at this point. And we see She's going to go ahead. She is going to last under Lugia. That was definitely the play that she needed to go ahead and do. And she, at this point, she could just go ahead and pass because we're going to see the time that she's going to be able to need. We see he does have one energy in his hand. If he wants to have any chance to be able to take the prize cards that he needs to, I think Corey's sitting at the table. So they're going ahead and discuss. Time was called for them for the time extension, so they're explaining to Josh about what time being called means, them running to time. So he's going to explain the +3 turns to him to be able to explain whether or not he's going to be able to take those 4 prize cards in. Kirsten has another Pumpkaboo in her hand. He is not going to be able to take those 4 prize cards in time, especially with having to attach 2 energy to retreat and last entering 2 turns worth. So we're going to definitely see a tie for this match. We see, still explaining. Josh is going to be turn 0 for that. So he's going to go ahead and Giovanni and draw 3 cards. Actually, he's going to deck himself. Oh no. Wow. What a turn of events. He just decked himself. Oh man. Wow. She just got herself the win for that. Oh man. He's going to go ahead and attach that psychic, and he's going to pass his turn, and she is going to just pass her turn. And he's not going to be able to draw a card. He should just passed her turn. And he can't draw a card at this turn. He doesn't know because of him being a new player. That's so unfortunate. That because of him not being able to draw a card at the start of his turn, he is going to lose this game in the +3 turns. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. That is such an upset, but congratulations to both players. There's a long day ahead of them. They've got plenty of games to play. Kirsten is the winner of that game. Time was called, so she is going to be 1-0-0 advancing. So congratulations to her, and we will be back with round number 2.